Batman here. Tonight I'd like to read the big book of superhero bedtime stories. It's a long one. Fighting for justice, foiling the schemes of supervillains, and keeping the world safe is hard work. At the end of a long day, even superheroes need to close their eyes and get some sleep. Superman had a busy day. He kept a speeding train from flying off the tracks. He and Shazam defeated the supervillain Black Adam. Come on, both of you. Hit me with everything you've got. Black Adam is more than a match for you. He shut down a robot on a rampage. Then Superman swam to the ocean floor to save a submarine whose engines had failed. But the day wasn't over yet. Superman had a secret identity. As a reporter named Clark Kent, he had to write 2 stories for the next day's newspaper. Suddenly, he knew something was wrong. He used his super hearing and X-ray vision and discovered that Jimmy Olsen and Lois Lane were in trouble. That sounds like Jimmy Olsen's signal watch. Great Krypton! My telescopic vision shows that Jimmy and Lois Lane have been kidnapped by Deuces O'Dwyer, the gangster. He leapt into action, saved his friends, and got Deuces and his gang locked up in jail. Of course, Clark had to explain to Lois why he wasn't there when Superman saved the day yet again. After a tiring day like that, even Superman needs to rest his muscles and his mind. Do you know they call Superman the Man of Steel? He'd better rest up because tomorrow will be another busy day. Batgirl closes the book on another day. Barbara Gordon is a librarian in Gotham City. She spent the morning helping people find books and reading to kids who came to Story Hour. In the evening, she was giving a speech when Scarecrow interrupted her slideshow. Everyone panicked and ran away, but Barbara knew what to do. She changed into Batgirl and took off after the sinister straw man. With her quick thinking and fast reflexes, she put Scarecrow in his place. Now that everyone is safe, Batgirl is ready to hit the hay. Batgirl loves books and knows a bedtime story is the perfect way to relax before going to sleep. Is this book your bedtime story? The Flash on the move all day long. Barry Allen started his morning in his laboratory. He's a scientist who helps the police. He analyzes fingerprints and other clues to help catch criminals. When reports came in that the trickster was up to his old tricks, Barry pressed his special button on his ring. Out shot his superhero costume. As the Flash, he sped into action, caught the crook, and put him behind bars. After that, he gave Kid Flash a lesson in using super speed. When it was time for bed, the Flash carefully folded his suit back into his ring to be ready for the next day. Have you put your clothes away? If you don't have a ring like the Flash, maybe a drawer or a hook or a closet could help. Dirty clothes in the hamper, please. Not everyone has a butler like me. Green Lantern started bright and early. Hal Jordan began his job testing new airplanes for Ferris aircraft. But when duty called, Hal recited his Green Lantern oath and charged his power ring for action. He used his courage and willpower and the emerald energy of his power ring to battle Mantis and Gorilla Grodd. Later, when the day turned to night, Hal and the other Green Lanterns of Earth, Guy Gardner, John Stewart, and Kyle Rayner, as well as all the other Green Lanterns from every sector of the universe, knew it was time to dim their lights and get some sleep. It's time to turn out any lanterns, lamps, or other lights. Well, maybe a small nightlight would be okay. Are you ready for lights out? How does Wonder Woman do it? Wonder Woman was zooming home from a mission when she spotted trouble below. It's a good thing I came along. I may not know the reason behind all this, but I do know trouble when I see it. Poison Ivy had wrapped the city in vicious vines. Poison Ivy tried to snare Wonder Woman in a ring of rogue plant life, but the amazing Amazon leapt through the trap and planted Poison Ivy where she belongs, in prison. Wonder Woman switched back to her Diana Prince identity to head to her job in military intelligence. She had barely opened her briefcase when she heard her old enemy, the cheetah, had made off with some top-secret government plans. Wonder Woman raced after the cheetah and nabbed her before she made a getaway. The spotted scoundrel was almost as fast as the cat she's named for, but not fast enough to escape justice. Even after vanquishing 2 villains, Wonder Woman still had time to visit an elementary school to read a favorite story to the kids. As night fell over the city, Wonder Woman went to bed, happy to have spent another successful day protecting people and making the world a better place. What does Wonder Woman dream about? Maybe she imagines a world as peaceful as her home on Paradise Island, or we also call it Themyscira. When she wakes up, refreshed and ready to go, she will work to make her dream of peace come true. An action-packed day for the Justice League. Today, members of the Justice League used their strengths and smarts to defeat villains all over the universe. Plastic Man ran into Hijack from the Royal Flesh Gang. He stretched himself into all kinds of shapes to make Jack hit the road. Now he'll yawn, stretch one more time, and go to bed. It's no wonder Green Arrow's glue arrow brought the Riddler to a sticky end. The Emerald Archer could hit a bullseye with his eyes closed, but his favorite thing to do with his eyes closed is sleep. Red Tornado whirled up a twister to defeat Steppenwolf, but nighttime is his chance to unwind. Martian Manhunter used his Martian brain powers to stop a dangerous giant who was turning people to stone. Now he's Martian off to bed. Quite the pun there. Talk about a deep sleep. Mera and Aquaman spent the day communicating with sea creatures and protecting Atlantis from Black Manta. Now it's time for the king and queen of the 7 seas to wave goodbye to the waves and paddle off to dreamland. Do Aquaman and Mera need to take baths if they live underwater? For some people, taking baths is part of their nightly routine. What about you? Was tonight your bath night? Every night is my bat night. Half robot, all tired. Cyborg pushed his computer brain and robotic might to the limit today, outwitting criminals and preventing evil plots. Since Cyborg's body is half machine, electronics are a big part of his life. But he knows that bedtime isn't a time for blinking lights or screens. He needs to power down so he can rest and be charged and ready for tomorrow. Did you have screen time today? Cyborg recommends that you turn off your screens 30 minutes before bedtime. It was a noisy day for Black Canary. She roared through the city streets on her motorcycle to catch up with Captain Cold and Captain Boomerang, who were raising a ruckus downtown. She shattered Captain Cold's ice beam, and one piercing blast of her ultrasonic canary cry sent those crooks packing. Looks like a job for my sonic power. Right back at you, Boomerang. An eventful day calls for a quiet night. Black Canary is happy to give her voice and her ears a break, along with the rest of her body. Are you ready to rest your voice? I know I am. Little heroes have big days too. Bumblebee and Adam teamed up to capture Kronos, the time thief. They shrank down small enough to hide behind the hands of his clock, then leapt out to tell him Time's up! Now, these two tiny champs are preparing for bedtime. Bumblebee and Adam spend their days getting smaller, but you'll keep getting bigger and bigger if you get enough sleep. Hot Girl winged her way through another day. Saving the city from a two-headed dragon who could breathe fire and ice was all in a day's work for Hot Girl. She helped restore calm to the city. Then she knew it was time to put down her mace and take it easy. With her wings safely tucked away for the morning, the only feathers she needs are inside her pillows. Do you have feathers in your pillow or comforter? How do you get cozy and warm at night? Shazam has incredible powers. The wisdom of Solomon, the strength of Hercules, the stamina of Atlas, the power of Zeus, the courage of Achilles, the speed of Mercury. Do you know that stamina means energy? It's the energy that keeps Shazam moving all day long and battling until the fight is won. But his power of wisdom tells him that when the day is done, he should change back into Billy Batson and go to bed. Did you use lots of energy today? Are you ready to show off your powers of wisdom by getting some sleep? What about the villains? How do bad guys become bed guys? Does the Joker laugh himself to sleep? Does the cheetah pause her claws? Is Lex Luthor's mattress stuffed with the money he makes from his crimes? Does Two-Face use two pillows? Or does he flip a coin to see which side of his face gets comfy? Does Catwoman sleep through the night or just take a lot of cat naps? Is Poison Ivy itching to get some rest? Does Harley Quinn sleep so she can wake up bright and Harley? Does the Penguin squawk himself a lullaby? Does Copperhead brush and floss his fangs? Those are interesting questions. Maybe one day we'll get the answers. A late night for the dynamic duo. Some people, like police officers, cleaning crews, doctors, truck drivers, and others, work at night. Do you know who else works at night? That's right. Me and Robin. Bruce Wayne worked at Wayne Industries all day while Dick Grayson went to school. After school, they went to a baseball game. Back home at Wayne Manor, Dick did his homework before dinner. No sooner had they cleared the dishes when they spotted the bat signal shining in the sky. Someone needed help. Batman and Robin dashed to the Batmobile, ready for action. The bat signal, and it's sweeping southwestward. Quick, we'll change and get going. First, we foiled the robbery. Then, we squashed a scheme by the Penguin and trapped that foul fiend right where he belonged, in a cage. Commissioner Gordon called to say a crew of criminals we were tracking had been spotted. One bat plane ride later, and the dynamic duo surpassed and surprised the gang on a moonlit beach. The crooks tried to attack the heroes with their own weapons, but their plan backfired. When we try to throw the batarangs, they come back at us. After jetting home, Batman and Robin parachuted down to Wayne Manor before dawn, so Robin could catch a nap before school. I smiled, thinking of all the citizens of Gotham we saved that night, and would wake up to a safer morning. Just like a real bat, we would get sleep later during the day. Real bats sleep upside down, but I like to use a bed. Don't you? Sometimes I sleep upside down too, just to be silly. And it helps my back feel better. All these heroes have been busy helping people and keeping the city safe. Tomorrow will bring more adventures and challenges. Let's say goodnight. Good night, Superman. Thanks for all you do. Good night, Green Lantern. Your light will shine again tomorrow. Good night, Wonder Woman. Thanks for inspiring us all. Good night, Flash. Slow down. You deserve a rest. Good night, Mara and Aquaman. Sleep well in your seabed. Good night, Hawkgirl and Black Canary. Which early bird will catch the worm? Good night, Batgirl. Your fans get a kick out of you every day. Good night, Cyborg. It's time to unplug. Good night, Bumblebee and Adam. Try to get more than a little sleep. Good night, Shazam. The magic word for bedtime is nighty-night. Good night, me. We know you're fighting for us. I'm fighting for you. Good night, Justice League. It was a great day for teamwork. Now, for some dream work. Hardworking superheroes need their rest, and so do you. Just think of all the heroic deeds you will do tomorrow. Sweet dreams. Batman out.